What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Lucid. Give you a quick overview of some of the data points, what is really moving it, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. Starting off, Lucid is up 0.73%, building some pretty good momentum. Kind of low volume though, so 4.3 million shares being traded, 31.4 is the average. No actual news from Lucid itself, no SEC filings, nothing like that. Rather, it is the data points that's what's really moving it. So you did have wholesale inventories a little bit lower than the forecast, and that is very, very positive. That does insinuate that the whole kind of economy is strong, a little bit more efficient. And so, yeah, in general, that's very good. At the same time, you did have a Fed speaker this morning kind of state that with the inflation data that is coming out tomorrow, so CPI, if it is lower than anticipated, then there isn't any reason to cut rates. So this did go up slightly. So this is the likelihood of a cut for the November 7th. And right now there is an 84% likelihood of a 25 basis point cut. And this has been increasing. So yesterday, I think it was at 10, something like that. So now it is 15%. So in reality, I kind of do agree if the data points are coming out very strong, if there's demand for product out there, then you don't really need to cut rates. I know it's very beneficial for a lot of growth stocks in the whole EV sector, but I think in general, I kind of do agree based on that. But yeah, today's a pretty good day. These are some of the transactions that are occurring on the secondary market above $100,000. I'll just hit refresh, so see if there's any updates. So just the two, and regrettably, they both are sells, 240,000 versus 489,000. So two entities are selling right now, and based on this, it could be linked to shorts. So right now, shorts are increasing 2.84 million shares. So once again, for whatever reason, shorts are really wanting to destroy Lucid. And so they're trying to counter a lot of the good data that's been coming out. 30.9% of the free float is being shorted. And kind of, as I mentioned, I feel like technically maybe shorts are just wanting it to get to all-time high numbers. 32% was in, I guess, April was that all-time high. Kind of crazy stuff if you ask me, but what do I know, right? 277.02 million shares overall are being shorted. Utilization is 95.74. Despite there being no official news, this was posted on LinkedIn from Lucid, so Lucid Motors Middle East, and it says, delighted to partner with Dubai Police HQ in building a sustainable security feature. And so in general, I think we kind of knew this information, a lot of the pictures and stuff like that that's been floating around on social media. So I think this is very, very good. And then aside from that though, there was a lot of these types of pictures. So I do believe that this is obviously the police, not the same traffic division as this from what I've seen on PRs. But just based on this, I think you can count 9, I think, roughly 9, and assuming duplicate, so roughly 18 to possibly 20 just associated to this one police force. So I think we clearly know where those deliveries did go in Q3 because the delivery numbers were absolutely phenomenal. And hopefully Peter does state that. I know they've mentioned in the past that they're not really going to give us updates on where exactly geographically a lot of these vehicles were delivered. But if he does say that, hey, a lot of vehicles were delivered to Saudi Arabia or the Middle East, I feel like the market's going to take that as a very, very strong positive. So yeah, I think a lot of big things are coming Lucid's way, and a lot of different ways that Lucid's vehicles could be used, and even more so the Gravity eventually, whenever it comes out. But still, we need shorts to get off our backs, and eventually they'll naturally leave once Lucid does kind of hit profitability or close to that. But I think profitability will be probably 2027 most likely. But 59,000 in calls, 21,000 in puts. 57% of all the options being done today are bearish. Of the call options that are being purchased, you do see a consensus for it to be kind of around that $3.50 to $4 range. And then looking at the puts, you see a consensus for it to be sub $3.50. So in my opinion, a little bit more upside is anticipated, but based on this right now with it at $3.46, it is trading between this S1 and the pivot. So 338 is a strong support, and then 373 is that next strong resistance / target. So definitely watch for this. It did bounce off of this as far as the low once the market did open, because the market was digesting what that Fed speaker did state about not having a cut, and that kind of spooked it. And then right around, I think it was here somewhere, that's where those wholesale numbers did come out. But yeah, definitely that 338 should be a strong support. Just watch for, I guess, more upside hopefully. But on the actual chart itself, still stuck between that 50 and 100-day moving average. So most likely it's just going to be stuck in limbo until either something comes out. I'm not really sure. I would have anticipated that Lucid was to break out with the broader market. Tesla does have their big day tomorrow, and we know whatever happens to Tesla, the good, bad, and the ugly, it could trickle down to other EVs such as Lucid. And of course, the whole robo-taxi thing is going to really showcase autonomous driving. Lucid has really announced a lot of partnerships recently in regards to autonomous driving. So I think that the market is smart enough that they'll be able to correlate the two and really cause some buying with Lucid. But again, what do I know? Looking on stochastic, you do see a nice bullish deviation, white line above the red, and as well, it is still considered oversold. So if there is a good piece of news, then yeah, you could see a rush of value investors, but retail have been slowly getting back in, but regardless, it is below zero. So Lucid is losing more buyers on the daily basis than what they're getting. So I think just Lucid has always struggled with a lot of manipulation. And for instance, if someone is to look at Lucid and they don't know anything, they would say, yes, you have a absolutely beautiful vehicle. But then what they do is they would look at the stock price. It's like, what is wrong with this company? There has to be something wrong. That's immediately people's first thought when they see a stock like this. What is wrong with this stock? And to be honest, I do the same. If I pull up some random stock and it is just like nothing but downtrend, it's like, oh, what is this stock? Like, I don't know. I feel like just Lucid stock price and what they do operationally is completely a quick 180. Like, it does not jive whatsoever. But yeah, all in all, this is a quick summary of what is happening with Lucid, what shorts are up to, and everything else. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. Make sure you guys take advantage of this promo. It does give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000 as well. I did just launch my membership with YouTube. So if you do like the Lucid content and want to support the channel, consider joining as a member. And with all that said, appreciate all of you guys watching.